account. So in this video, we're going to have a look at all things related to setting up your Buildxact account. We'll look at the subscription and adding users. We'll have a look at the overview of Buildxact and just highlight the main parts. So if I flip over to my Buildxact account here, I'm going to start first of all under the My Business and Business Details section. This screen simply holds things like emails, addresses, logos, etc., the type of stuff we use on documents when we produce them. To preempt a couple of questions, in this top section, we have your registered email. Only we can change this from our side. So if you do want this changed, reach out to support and that can get done for you. Looking further down here, we've got other emails like contact and billing. So contact is if you want us to present on your documents a different email address than your registered one, you put it here. Otherwise, leave it blank. Same for billing. We will send your Buildxact invoice receipts to the registered email unless you put something in here, and in that case, we send it there. Website and licenses. These are both good things to have on your documents, particularly your quotes. As we go down, we've got obviously addresses, things like the time zone, which is important because it controls the time we send some reminders. As we go back up to the top, we've got the logos. We've got two different types, big and small. Big is the one we use 95% of the time, and small is for the little icon in the top left. So if you're going to use one of them, make it the big one. As you load that logo in, it will update your brand colors. Brand colors are used in the client portal and also on quotes. You can absolutely change them manually if you don't like the colors it generates for you. The gallery, lucky last in this screen, this is for the client portal. It's where you load images of, say, previous work, where you can have the client see that when they get into the client portal. And if you're not using that feature, then gallery, you can leave that one empty. Moving on through users, on all the different subscription levels we've got, there is no charge for extra users, so you can absolutely add people. We just need names, emails, and phone numbers. When you go through that, they'll get sent an email saying, hey, you've been invited to this Buildxact account. Click here to activate. Next one down, subscriptions. This is where you can do things like see past payments, or you can change your credit card, or you can upgrade, do add-ons, etc. So that's all self-serve from in here. Now, business setup. For Australian users, you're going to use pretty much most of these except for tax, because tax is pretty simple in Australia and is just 10% on everything. So the ones you'll really focus on will be things like client sources, which is each of these controls a drop-down in Buildxact somewhere, and you can add to the drop-downs. So this is obviously how are people hearing about you. You might add your own for different building types if we don't have your niche in here. So this, again, just controls the drop-downs. Now, from here, we're going to go on and talk about the main parts of Buildxact. And I'm covering this mainly just because I find this useful for people to understand how Buildxact's kind of broken down before they get too far into it. So in my head, the main three parts are leads, estimates, and jobs. Leads is kind of a holding place for all new customers before you decide if you're going to work for them or not. A lead that gets quoted for will kind of go from the leads area into the estimates area, and that's where we do takeoffs, costing, we produce the quote, we set the budget, all of the estimating phase tasks. If that quote gets accepted, we move again from estimates into jobs. Jobs is where we do the purchase ordering, variations, invoices, connect to accounting, etc. And depending on which plan you're on, you may have some or all of these features. So check your own account just to make sure that things I'm talking about are relevant to you. As we go down the list here, everything from kind of there down, they're just supporting one of the three main areas. So request for quote is getting supplier, subcontractor quotes. We use that in estimates and jobs. Clients and contacts, these are purely address books and you can add to them as you go. Communication just tracks all of the the emails sent out of Buildxact and some notifications that are coming back into the software. Catalogs is where we have our price library, and you can both use your supplier pricing, which I'll touch on in a sec, as well as adding your own. Integrations, again, as before, you may not have all of these depending on which plan you're on, but integrations is going to cover things like your accounting integrations and your add-ons and the supplier integrations as well. So I'm using a test account, so naturally some of these are just test suppliers. Depending on where you are, it's absolutely worth coming in and checking this to see which suppliers we connect with in your area. If you go ahead and connect with a supplier, which is pretty easy, you just go connect and put in your account number and submit it to the supplier. The benefit of doing this is that you can get pricing from the supplier, and when that happens, when it gets approved by them, it'll show up in your catalog section. So yeah, again, depending on where you're based, this would be worth checking out and seeing if there's any suppliers in your area that we work with. All right, thanks very much. As always, any questions, let us know.